Peace and blessings, everybody. It's your boy Nico Giovanni, and we here yet again on another episode of Breaking Cycles, where we try to maintain and sustain a conversation about finding harmful cycles within our lives and in our communities and our families, and just eradicate them, and then placing new, conducive, productive, healthy cycles in that space. And so today I'm a fan. Like, y'all know how I feel about creatives, but this hip hop artist is my brother. He's an educator. He Emmy nominated. Emmy nominated. Come on now. Been in Essence magazine. Done work with all of the big dogs. Shout out to Tone, High Tech. Yeah. Shout out to Sal Dolly. Yeah. Come on, man, and it go on and on, and even beyond that realm, he's an excellent educator that's that has introduced a whole new, unique way to get our kids to retain this information, man. And I think that's one of the big key things. But we get into all that. I want to welcome everybody. Mr. Khari BTB, man. What's up with you, brother, man? Good to have you on.
Thanks for having me
on the channel, man.
Excited, man.
So how you been?
Man, good, man. Working, bro. Like, man, I've just been in the space of like just supreme like discipline. You know what I mean? I just feel like my work ethic and my discipline is at an all-time high right now. So I feel good, man. I'm tired, but it's good tired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm reaping the benefits of it.
Yeah, but man, y'all hear that word? Discipline.
Ooh, one of my
discipline,
favorites.
Right? When I'm talking to these young brothers or trying to connect to our youth, I often end with it really ain't nothing more dangerous or qualified than a disciplined you.
Yes.
Like saying no to your vices and being in control of yourself.
Yeah.
Like self-mastery is a flex. Like that's a big flex. Especially when now, you know, within our community, it is a lot of identity misconception, right? It just and lack thereof. So let's talk about the music. 'Cause I'm a fan. Yeah. Like I remember years ago you dropped Cincinnati.
Ooh, man.
Right? That was like I was like, who is bruh? Like bruh got a vibe, and like I was talking to M80. You know, yeah. I was talking about. We was talking about how do we get a unified sound, and I think where we at in Cincinnati, it might not just be built for that because we got a lot of microcosms of different creativities in spaces like so. But you stood out. So what was your foray? I know you've been rapping since you was 6. Like, what was your foray into making this like your identity? Like, you know what I'm saying, passion, work. Like how you start from then to now, like what was that process?
As far as like when I started, like at 6, or like
when you started at 6, what was your inspiration at 6?
Man,
give us some of those inspirations.
I always had I feel like I always had a need to like express myself and like make sense of like my environment. So that was like the best way I knew how. I used to write stories. You know what I mean? And then I always just listening to music. Like my pops always played music. Like I don't remember not being in a house where music wasn't playing like 24/7. Whether I was at my grandparents' house, whether I was at my people's house, like it was just always music. So I just heard the expression. I remember hearing Pop vividly, like his expression. You know what I mean? Like that's like the first memory of like hip hop to me.
Yeah.
And being
I
like,
can relate.
Yeah, like you know, so. I just always thought that's how you express yourself. So if I was going through something, and you know, as a kid, like you may be upset about some things, or you may feel a way about some things. I felt like that was the best way to like get my emotions out and express myself. I wasn't never really like a kid that, you know, cried a lot. So I would always just like write or, you know, tell stories, do these different things, and it was just always like my foundation. You know what I mean? Was to like, you know, I'm a sponge. Like I soak up my environment. Like any place I come in, I'm like, okay, how I feel. You know what I'm saying? And make sense of it. So that's just what it was, bro. Then from there, just I kept stacking. It's like boom. That's where it's at.
That's man. Talk about that track Cincinnati, because that's one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah, man.
And it really, y'all, we definitely gonna be playing it right now. So tell me about that track Cincinnati, because this is one of my favorite tracks, and it was how I was really introduced to you as a fan. Just purely off the sonic value you was revived for me at that time in my life. So why was that so impactful? Because why was that so impactful in breaking and like kicking that door for Khari?
I think when I did that, man, because I went in with the intention of saying like, all right, everybody don't really know I rap in the city, but people knew me from like hoop. So I knew I had like a doorway to like, influence and make a name for myself. So I always wanted to be like, when I come out the gate, I want to let people know like I'm from Cincinnati and like this is what I do and I rap and I'm all that, you know what I'm saying? So the idea behind it was to really tell my story, not the full story, not the full thing, but give people a piece of like where I'm from and kind of like my experiences growing up in a way that was like different from what I was hearing. You know what I mean?
Sort of like setting the scene.
Painting the picture. Exactly. Painting the picture. I always thought that was important. Like, I always love when rappers like talk about their city and like wear it on their sleeve. So I wanted to do it in my way and just, sonically, I'm like, I want to show people I can rap. Like,
Hey,
I was hungry.
You know.
Like I was hungry. I was just hungry at the time, and I still am. But it was like a sense of like, I was like, nah, I'm trying to prove to everybody that I can rap. You know what I mean? Like, so I was in my mama attic, like recording myself. Like I went to bought equipment. Like my studio had got shot up that I was going to. I was like, damn, I don't know who else to go to. Like I'm hitting people up, but they not hitting me back. They like, who is this? Like whatever. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm gonna have to just buy my own equipment, get on YouTube. Let's figure it out. You know what I mean? So all that energy, all that went into that project. So like all the sonics you hear, all my voice, like all that stuff that you hearing is like a product of like just all the stuff I was going through in my transition period of, being done with basketball, showing the world I can rap. Cause I've been rapping, I always just did it with myself, you know what I'm saying? I go to the studio, but I just have it for my ears only. I wasn't showing nobody. Cause I really loved it that much. I didn't care to share it, you know what I mean? It was something that I always said I'd do, but I never saw like myself like actually making it a career. It was just like more so like expression and just a way to an outlet for me. But then I'm like, nah, let me share this gift. You know what I mean? So
at a certain point, it gotta be shared.
Yeah, it gotta be.
You know what I'm saying? So, I'm glad you said that, because what we talk about a lot here is really locking in on self, self-accountable, learning self, self-mastery, and so I know that transition, you was hooping in school, like you know what I'm saying. So from the transition to hooping to taking this full time, like what's some of the cycles that you had to let go, and give me a cycle you had to let go, and then a cycle you had to like fill that void with in order to be productive and getting your visions into fruition.
It's crazy, man. I was just talking to some young black men about this same thing yesterday. And it's like an identity crisis that you go through, you know what I'm saying, after because you feel like your identity is one thing, and you feel like you just one thing. So the cycle I had to break was like thinking I'm just one thing, you know what I mean? And it becoming like that, not, I wouldn't say a failing at basketball, but my basketball career being over forced me to be like, oh, I don't have to just be one thing. And so when I started rapping, when I set out to rap, I never said I wanted to just be a rapper. I said I wanted to, I want to make movies. I want to go into education. I want to have an entertainment company. I want to put on events. I want to help other artists. So going into music, I already knew like this not just it ain't gonna be just about being a rapper. Like it's bigger than just being about being a rapper. Because prior to that, I just thought I was a hooper, and then because when that was cut off, I was like depressed for a period of time. All my homeboys was going overseas, hooping and stuff. And I know I'm good, but it just, that just wasn't in the cards for me. So I'm like, man, I'm feeling like, I'm feeling down about myself, and I'm going through like this period of like, trying to figure out who I am and what's going to be the next phase of my life. So I think that's the side I broke. Like, you know, knowing that you don't have to just be one thing. You shouldn't even want to be locked into being one thing. I think a lot of people want to, especially black men, they put us in a box, bro. Like, you gonna be this. Like, oh, you are this, do that, and stay there. Nah, like.
From the womb.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, nah, you can do a bunch of different things.
And black people just in general, just we not a monolith.
Not at all.
At all. And it's our natural inclination to be an experiencer. Like, you know what I'm saying? And find out capacity.
Right.
That's the human experience in my perspective. It's just exploring yourself and then keeping the parts that feel organic and comfortable and productive and letting go of what's taken away from your vision. Yeah. So man, I'm glad. So what, as a hip hop artist, you know, it's a lot of stigma on our hip hop scene.
Yeah, right.
Which I think isn't the case currently. You know, I think we getting a lot more respect on our name because of artists like you and kind of the city finally figured it out. Like that we better as a unit than a bunch of different teams. Like, so what was some of your biggest obstacles breaking that? Because you broke that record. That was big, and then it's a bunch of other records after that. Then you touring across seas. You know what I'm saying? Then just taking this experience and this Cincinnati flavor and spreading it. Like, what were some of your obstacles? Just being an artist and then being an independent artist with the vision to put your people on.
Yeah, I think the biggest obstacle I faced was probably just my own self, like getting in my own way and saying like, how do I want to go about, you know, getting on stages? I want to go about, you know, getting on certain records with people, or, you know, making certain opportunities work for me. So it was really just me. I never saw anything truly like outside of me as an obstacle, because I just knew if I keep putting out music, I mean, somebody gonna like it. You know what I mean? Somebody gonna rock with it. Like, so I'm going to the studio. I'm putting out the music. I'm doing the videos. I'm doing all the things. I'm going to the shows, and I'm not going to the shows to all the time just to be self-serving either. I'm going there just to genuinely see, like, I'm the type, like, I want to go and see and, like, you know, not scope out competition, but just scope out the feel, the vibes of if I'm gonna be in this, I need to know what it's like. And so, you know, I was just genuinely in spaces, you know what I mean, myself, and I think that's what just allowed me to, you know, rub elbows with people and find like-minded individuals that I can connect with. And I think from there, it just, you know, people, you start attracting stuff, you know what I mean? Stuff start just coming to you like, oh,
everything,
like,
energy.
Yeah.
Y'all know the theme of all these guests, because y'all will keep hearing it, is self-regulation. It's self-accountability. I don't see no obstacle. Internally is the biggest obstacle. Yeah. Everything out, you know, I talk a lot to my children about focusing on what we can control, right? And then not overextending yourself into that space where you can't even affect those things, right? And so it's loud to hear you say that, because I also hear it in the music. But you ain't stop with yourself, and it's just like how I give a nod, just a little nod towards Brian in the conversation, just because I know what it means to bring your brothers up with you and have that aspiration, but to actually do it and execute it and put everybody on. That's a monument. It's something that I want to emulate. Likewise, BTB, man, the label, man, the entertainment company, man, that done put on real art, like a real respect to the craft, like commitment to the craft, and giving a real relative visual of that expression. So what makes me like, we gonna do the label, like, and then how did you build that team? Because also I know that this came late in life, probably when I was 33. I was trying to do everything by myself, like, and that's a disease. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like ego consuming you, like, and then you broke.
Yep.
So I know I gotta get a team. So what made you be like, I'm gonna do the label so it ain't just me? And then how did you get that core group of artists that made you feel like, oh nah, this is the brand?
Yeah, man, bro, it was crazy because like I feel like I didn't really set out to being like, oh, I need a team per se when I first started. It just all started to happen like organically. Like it started, my cousin Rebel, you know, she
Shout
rapped.
out to Rebel.
Yeah, shout out to my peoples, man. She always, like, I used to see her like she was like almost on, like, you know what I mean. She had like a deal with Disney on the table with her rap group when she was like 13 years old.
Oh yeah.
So she was like the star of the family. You know what I mean? So we talking about the reunions, like she won, you know, they like, do your dance, like, you know what I mean? Like, so I always knew she had it, but then she stopped. You know, she just stopped doing it. She got jaded by the industry a little bit, cause she saw it at a young age. You know what I mean? So when I started doing my thing, we was at her mom's crib. Like we was just normal family stuff. I'm like, and I had just got my studio equipment. I'm like, so I'm hyped. Like I'm telling anybody, come on, record, bro. I know I'm an engineer.
We ain't waiting on nobody no more.
Like, I'm like, cuz, like, you still rap? She's like, I still be writing. Like, come to the studio next week. She was like, all right.
Say less.
And then boom. So that's how that happened. We started doing it, and then Banks. Shout out Banks.
Shout out Banks, man, baby brother.
We went to college together. So when we both had graduated. Now CCU, that's where I was hooping at.
Okay.
He was producing. He wanted to make beats. He was like, yo, can I show you some beats? I'm like, yeah, for sure. Like, what? Yeah, like,
just so happened,
bruh. I linked up with the dude at the library. We go to the downtown library, bruh. He like showing me beats. One of the beats he started rapping on, he accidentally played one of the beats that he rapped over. I'm like, he tried to hurry up and get. I'm like, hold on, bro. Go back to that. He was talking his pain, his story. I'm like, come to the studio. My cousin coming to the studio. This all in the same week, bro. Like, I kid you not, bro. This all in the same week. So we all link up at the studio. My cousin make a record. I make a record with her. Me and Banks make. We all on a record. We like, we should be like you know what I'm saying? We should be like a team. Like, like, all right,
on some killer bees.
And that's really how it started, bro. And then from there, it started with us three. And we were the core. And then from there, that's when we was like, okay, we need to grab. We need a videographer. We need photographer. We need marketing people that's gonna wanna, you know, handle our social media. We gonna need, and all these people that end up coming with us was our people. You know what I mean? So it's all close family, friends, or family, literally blood family. So it was just something organically that we just built, and then it was like, okay, let's be intentional, and like, we do need a actual. We can't do it all by ourselves. Right. And even with that part, they be mad at me still because I be still trying to like handle everything on my own. They be like, bruh, chill out. Like,
chill out, nah, because we need you to.
So I appreciate them, man, a lot because they keep me, you know, grounded, and they keep me like locked in on what I need to like focus on. Because they willing to, you know, take things out of my place. So
shout out BTV, man. That's a major way, because man, a lot of times that $1 million team, it's around you, man. You just, it's a lot of distractions in the world, like, but like you said, when you intentional, one of my favorite words. When you intentional, man, the universe, it reacts in a way that respond to your output. So that's why I'm big on making sure people I'm speaking with, people I got relationships with, they know that I'm an over communicator. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want nothing to be missed. I want to be intentional. So, you know, if you're looking for a team, or if you feel like you got to do it all yourself, trust me. I know he know it ain't nothing new under the sun. Like, but it come to a point where you got to be realistic about your limitations and your capacity, right?
Correct, yeah.
And then when you start to serve other people and being responsible for a bigger picture, you gotta make those sacrifices, man.
Because it'll drive you crazy, bro. You be like that burnt out feeling start coming. You be like, man, nah, I need to. Come on, you better at this than me, or let me handle this. You know what I mean? Like, so it's important, man.
A lot of what I hear in your music too is, you know, Black economics, self-love, and overall just the uplifting of the narratives of our community in a positive way, because the stigma is, and one of the biggest things that really shine through is that like you addressing your mental health and your emotional intelligence, right? In a way that I think is relative to our young black boys. Mirror to how you teach with hip hop in the class, but how does mental health, good mental health practice, help you sustain all that you do, whether it's teaching, dropping music, leading in the community, working with the youth, or managing the label?
Yeah, bro. I think it started, like, I always been a firm believer in, like, I gotta be right first before I go and, you know, go out and give myself to the world, you know. So I'm always constantly like doing things to like fill my cup, what they say, you know what I mean, if you will. Whether that's, and I haven't done no therapy at all, but I feel like certain things I do can be seen as therapy.
Yeah, for sure.
I go out and take myself on a date. It's this book that I read about 4-5 years ago that changed everything for me.
Book drop.
Yeah, The Artist Way.
The Artist Way.
The Artist Way. Go get that. By Julia Cameron. And it's really like a textbook, and it kind of take you through these like different exercises. And so you write every day, just free flow write for 10 minutes a day, first thing in the morning, and just like not even caring what you're saying, don't even care about it making sense. But it's almost like you're like writing your subconscious thoughts without knowing, you know what I'm saying? And then taking yourself out on dates. Doing these different things, but to continue to fill my cup. Then that way I can like go out in the world and be me, and give back the way I can. So I think that's always been like a big part for me. Like people always say that I'm very like energetic, positive, and all this, but it's like I'm not always that way.
Right,
like, you know what I'm saying? I'm extroverted, but I also need my time to like recharge, and that's what I do to recharge. But if I'm not ready to be around, I won't be around people. Like,
you know, I talk about being, you know, in order to be selfless, you gotta be selfish. Right. So now, if I can't produce that positive vibe, my brand of, you know, interaction, then I, like you said, I pull myself back.
I remove myself.
And that's okay. That's okay. You really, everything don't have to be transactional, but at on the core level, it is just energy is exchanged. I try to be wary of that, and like I'm glad you said I try to make sure I'm right first, because I, even in parenting, right? Because that's another area where I know you a father too. I know that's another area where it take daily, consistent work at trying to break down cycles that's from generations and generations, whether that's, you know, yelling or just interacting, and what I like to do is, like, I'm working on replacing meat. But I ain't about to, hey, we shutting meat down. It's over, man. That ain't how, but I go and explore for myself. Then when I, you know what I'm saying, when I get the mushrooms, tasting like taco meat, you know what I'm saying, and I'm just sliding in. And so I work on self. I always feel like the best way that you can be impactful and break cycles in your community is breaking cycles first within yourself. It's a tiered system. You go self, you go family, you go community, then you go world. You can't just try to jump and say the world, right, without doing the shadow work. And yeah, man. So as a father, since we talking about it, man, as a father, like when you first became a father, like, cause my first son, Amir, changed. He saved my life, as I like to say, cause I was doing unsavory things, and I actually had came home from prison, and then I had him about 2 years later, and I know that saved my life, but then it just changed absolutely everything about my life. Nothing was What was Drake album? Nothing was the same. Nothing was the same, man.
Right.
And so that's part of my discourse. I'm writing a book called Breaking Cycles right now, and it really was for them in the beginning. It still is for them at its core. Like, but like you, like at a certain time, we gotta share it. Like that's a mandate from the creator. Like so, I'm writing that. And I wanted them to use that as a guide in their time, like me as a reference. So how was the genesis of fatherhood? How did that change your life? Because I know it was.
Bruh, and like all fathers would know, and it sound like cliche, but it until you a father, you won't know. But it's literally it does change everything. And for me, I think what it did for me, because at the time, I was like. I'm at the beginning of my music career, getting it off the ground. Imagine I had my son in 2020. He a COVID baby. Literally, our gender reveal was on the day the world shut down. March 15th. I'll never forget that. Yeah. So, and I had just dropped Cincinnati 7 months ago. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm like, oh, I'm out here ooh. But what it did for me was it slowed me down. And it made me appreciate the moment and not be so. Found a balance in worrying about the future and preparing for the future. And then also my self management, my self time management, it helped me with that as well. But then I would say spiritually, it made me be even more aware of my words, the things I say, whether that be just. To me, to myself, to the people around me, and my music, because I'm I know that I used to cuss a lot, just because that's just how I grew up. We just cussing. But now, when I had my son, I'm I found myself being conscious of saying so. Even when he was in his mother's belly, I'm I ain't even trying to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I believe in that stuff. You know what I mean?
As you should.
So, man, it helped me in so many. It changed me in so many different ways. And then when he got here, I'm man, this is ridiculous. This is a whole life that, and I'm responsible for this human being, you know what I mean? So it's a level, it's a sense of pride, a sense of responsibility. And also as he getting older, now I have this responsibility to okay, we in the phase of actually teaching morality and not necessarily right from wrong, because I don't really right and wrong can be, but in a sense of what do you feel is, what do you need to do to become a good person? You know what I mean? To people, be good to people, you know what I mean? So it's
because it's a relative base to that. I'm glad you
said that. It can good for one person can be someone's bad, you know what I mean? So I just try to instill good human elements, you know what I mean?
Right, because that's you cooking.
You know what I'm saying?
Not because we disassociated from the experience, so it's so much of a disconnect. Where we not empathetic to the 8 billion other experiences around us. Right. And so when I say be selfish, I mean in the sense that I gotta master me in order to be anything for anybody or anything else. But
1,000%.
You gotta be in the world to do that. If that makes sense. Shout out to OG Tenor.
Yeah, shout out to OG Tenor.
You gotta be in the world, man, and not of the world, man.
Right.
That's real important. Do that introspection, man. It's cool. It ain't nothing wrong with retreating, and healing, and that's what I'm trying to instill into my 3 boys and my daughter. So what's a cycle you want to protect me from that maybe you had in your childhood? You was well, maybe, or now as a father, you all right, because one of mine is I mentioned earlier, yelling, and just being in control of my anger, and then being aware that this is my DNA.
Yeah. Bro, like
it's me.
Same, bro. Like for real, it's the same thing for me. Like I think a lot of us grew up like that. Just like the emotional intelligence is what we had to learn to grow into. So yeah, definitely that. Like, cause I find myself like snapping real quick and being like, oh damn, let me reel it back in. Let me talk to you, because what I notice about my son is like his comprehension is very, very like high.
Listen to me.
But
y'all quit trying to play these kids.
Man,
they know what's going on.
About like the comprehension is there. It's just emotions, you know, can be a lot, and it can like, you know, it can take over him a little bit. So it's like, no, let me talk to you, you know, directly, because, you know, growing up, like I just, you know, it was just like, do this, do that, you know what I mean? And not to say like my parents did a great job, you know what I mean?
Nah, shout out.
Nah, they did a great job. It's just they, you know what I mean? It's just how they grew up.
I can't give you what I don't have.
And like you said, it's breaking the cycle. So I'm just the type, like I'm very aware of my words, you know what I mean? And I've grown to be like that, like to be aware of like how I say things and how things are received. So yeah, I think that's one I'm definitely actively working to break. Not perfect at all, but because I feel like this stuff genetic, like, you know what I mean? This stuff get past like the trauma, the
it's science.
It's science, bro. I was telling somebody this, I'm like, no, this is literally when you got a people that come from where we come from, it gets encoded in your DNA and it gets passed, and it's literal science that we breaking through. We breaking through molecules of like trauma, which is crazy. And it's heavy. So, you know, when you become aware, then you have to apply. So that's what I always, my pops used to always say that, like, once you know, he said, if I tell you this,
ain't no excuses after that.
You know what I'm saying? It's no, like, now you know. So now if you go against that now,
that's the conversation we have. We having a different conversation now.
Right. So,
that's what, because I talk to my brother a lot, and you know, one of the concepts we talk about in our relationships now as grown men, just the communicator aspect of it. Since it wasn't a real comfort zone of communication, we noticed that now that's what we dealing with, the ramifications of that. So I don't want to hand that off.
Right. So
like you said, my sons feel comfortable for a soft dad check. Like you know what I'm saying? Like real respectful, and they get real good at it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had a moment the other day, y'all. Forgive me, I had a moment, brother.
We have
where I don't know, somebody just cut me off or something. Like they took me. I was about to hit a pole. Like I had to get it together. Like, and anytime with my kids, I'm at a higher level. You know what I'm saying? Everything.
Exactly.
So I'm like
that Papa Bear.
So in a second, my emotional intelligence, it lapsed for about 2 or 3 seconds, and he went ahead and I hit it. I'm like, hold on, bro, I gotta, at least, we
gotta
pull up,
see
we gotta at least look at me.
Like, you see my kids in the back too?
So I'm like, I get the, you know what I'm saying, we're going about like, it's a 35, we're going like 60, I'm about to hit 65. My son Giannis in the back, he like, I can see his eyes wide, like, so obviously the energy has shifted in his space. Like, so he's like, Dad, I think you should slow down and forget about him.
Yeah.
And I think that's a blessing because I was like, damn.
That's powerful.
You know what, son? I got the love. I'm like, you know what? My bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Slow down. I'm like, cause bruh, we ain't never gonna see each other again. I think we missed that, but like, that's why fatherhood is like the majority of my identity, because in this space, it's the purest space that I got to really hold myself accountable and allow my family to hold me accountable without my ego being oppressed. You know what I'm saying? That's a fragile, you know what I'm saying, situation. Like, but yeah, man, family. So let's get into your educator, because you educate the youth, and I like soldiers and teachers always say thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. If you're teaching these kids, or if you're going to war for the country, these things are tantamount to our production as a society. So I appreciate that. And you teach at a school I went to. Shout out Rockdale Elementary. Gold Star, Teacher of the Year finalist. So, and you in the world, in the community, and active, and you got a unique way of bringing hip hop into the classroom, which is a big deal because the current state of education, it ain't designed to propel us into our potential. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so when I see a black male teacher, I'm like, right? Because the energy is been ripped out of our communities. Like, so that's one. But when I see somebody using what's relative to us and our experience to really break through in these kids, I commend you, brother. And so how is that? And what's most gratifying about being able to connect differently and more impactfully to these kids, how you teach?
I think my favorite part about it is like building the relationships, you know what I mean, and seeing them go from, you know, this to like this, you know what I mean, and seeing them being excited about it, man, because I always say, like, learning should be fun. Like, I remember going to school, bro, and we used to hate going to school. It's like, why though? Like, school should be like, man, this should be fun. Like, we get the, you know what I mean? So I always made it a point to say, I set out whatever I was doing, whatever I wanted to do as far as my teaching style, I always said I want to make it fun. And the best way I knew how was like through hip hop. And so I was able to, like, you know, continue to fine tune the curriculum and actually, you know, apply educational practices in a hip hop way and like through a hip hop lens. So I'm just, man, I'm grateful because I'm in a position where I got the autonomy and like the you know, the freedom to be able to do what I do and be myself while doing it. I ain't gotta diminish myself. I ain't gotta, you know, be a certain way because I'm in education, because I'm a public official, you know what I mean? Because I'm just me, and I think that's what connects with the students. I think that's what allows me to get the most out of them. So it's always fun, bro.
Man, they doing rap snacks and rap honey buns. Man. Rap education.
Yeah.
Nah, for real. We gotta connect in our way and be impactful. And shout out to, you know, the principal over there, like, and the people that allow you to, you feel what I'm saying? That's important, man.
Shout out to Dr. Watson, man. That's my girl.
Dr. Watson, like, no, because I make it a big deal, and I've left $100,000 jobs because just of my moral compass, and then I can't be led by, you know what I'm saying, something I don't believe in or, you know what I'm saying, agree with, whether it's an ideal or just whatever. I give respect off the jump. Like, so the only way we gonna have static is if you got static. You know what I'm saying? And so I've let that. So I just wanted to highlight that it's important to, like, when you're doing what you do in your professional space, your creative space, that leadership is held accountable as well. Like, right?
Yes, bro.
Not just to the job, but just to the standard of humanity. You know what I'm saying? Children, right?
Talking about, like,
right now, and right now, it just feel like education is under onslaught, and it ain't getting no better. But I'm glad that you're in space, because you somebody, Miss McAdoo. We all had that one. Like, we ain't like to go to school, but it was always that one teacher that turned it up for you. For me, it was my second grade teacher, Miss McAdoo. And if y'all know Hoffman Elementary. Her family even had a farm. So we would go to her farm in the fall, and then she was teaching us Kwanzaa, Coochie Jacqueline. She was putting on plays that didn't exist and that she made it happen.
Wow.
And so when I hear about you got the studio and the classroom, I'm like, that's another level, man. So how you make that happen, man?
Man, it's crazy, like, cause when I first, like, got the idea to do it, at first, like my first year, we was making songs, and I'm like, dang, I wonder how they feel like about recording. So I just brought my equipment in.
Yeah.
We recorded, and they was loving it. I'm like, oh, okay, this like another way to like scaffold what we call scaffolding reading comprehension. I'm like, this is fun. Like they enjoying this. So I'm like, all right, let's continue this. And then the district was coming in, seeing what I was doing. News outlets coming, seeing what I was doing, and then they funded like a bunch of more equipment for me. So they got me like monitors, got me speaker stands, mic cables, all these different things. So they invested into what I was doing. And now it's what it is. Now we got like a full fledged like. You know what I mean?
I might need to book some time in the classroom.
You heard that? Yeah, right there in studios, man.
Nah, that's live, man. I appreciate it. I see the Essence Mag and then Exposure. So look, the theme is when you invest in yourself, others will invest in you as well. Like so, but they if you can't see it, they damn sure can't see it. And so you gotta really believe in yourself and invest in yourself. And man, but just it'll happen. Like I think, like you said, a lot of things are cliche, but most cliche things is true.
Man,
like,
that's why they cliche.
That's why they last.
Exactly.
The test of time. Like
it's the reason why like everything happens for a reason. All these sayings, I always say that, bro. That's crazy. I always say it's cliche for a reason.
Yeah, the universe is reciprocal, man. Yeah. So make sure your output is matching what you want to come around, man. And it'll be grand. Like so you got a new album on the way.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Like, cause I think breaking cycles is an act that can occur in any facet or part of your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In your existence. And I think, especially as a creative, whether I'm painting or composing or writing, I do whatever I feel like. But even as a creative or artist, right, that piece of art to the next piece of art, it's a whole transition. You can't, unless you're in a vein where, it's 2-3 pieces. Like, you know what I'm saying? And even then, as you experience in life, the art is living. Man. Right? And so, what did it take this time around? Because for me, I know like it take one track, and then I'm like, I'm in. Yeah, right. I'm in because I wanted to be impactful. I wanted to be me, and I don't want to just be reaching. Right. For a piece of art for the sake of. Like, no, facts. So what was the track? And you ain't gotta get too much. What was the track that you wrote when you was like, all right, this is the beginning of a new piece? Yeah. What was that?
So I ain't gonna divulge the name because.
All right.
But it is the title. It's the title track of the project.
Okay.
But I will say what it did was this time around, because I feel like my past projects it's been very like present, like where I'm at currently. Okay. But this next body work is like my true origin story. Ooh. So it's been very, very reflective. I'm taking it back to like how I am, who I am, telling stories that that's been deep, dark, family stories. Yeah. From the age of 5 on through my high school, 8 years. So it's a very reflective, very personal, extremely vulnerable piece of work. Because it's my origin story, and I'm looking at it like, like almost like a comic book, you know what I mean?
Ooh,
like,
that's crazy.
Spider-Man.
In my head, I picture you.
Like how you become who you are. Like, So that's how I'm looking at it with this piece, man. I'm so excited about it, bro.
How far you wrapping it up? Do we got a date?
Nah.
Okay, all right. Nah, just know it's cooking.
Nah, yeah, it's cooking because we got like 30 records recorded. Cause I'm throwing the paint on the wall with this one. I want to get it all out and then figure out.
He going full Chris Breezy. I better.
I ain't putting 30 on that mug.
Nah.
Hey, look, it might come out some form of fat. I ain't breezy yet, boy.
I meant like the paint on the wall. I know that one scene where he dancing with the paint. Word. The whole concept I thought was fire. Like, did a little graffiti, like, so. Yeah, bro. The paint is on the wall with this one, man. I can't wait. Actually, can we get a couple producers?
Yeah, man. So
I'm like, can we get something? I want.
Yeah, nah. So it's so Montana.
Okay.
Doing the entire thing, and then it's been executive produced by High Tech.
Okay.
So
whoo.
Yeah, man.
I want that.
It's about to be one of the ones, bro. So yeah, we getting everything together, man. And
aside from that, what's next for BTB?
Man, BTB, man, we got film coming. We've been doing a bunch of activations, a bunch of events. We got every first Friday we flagship the Worlds of Stage series.
Yeah. By the way,
yeah,
if y'all don't know, y'all lost, man. The Worlds of Stage series, man. Talk about a visual with. It's beyond the visual, right? It's real. It's a real experience that's tangible. Like, so. Yeah. Elaborate a little bit more about the Worlds of Stage.
Man, I've been trying to tell people, like, man, it's the perfect place to come to, perfect event to come to. Like, if you got a date, or you want to just find something different to do, because it's a vibe, bro. Grab you a drink, man, and it's like a hip hop theater show. Yeah. So what we do is we get 2 artists on the bill, and they'll basically tell their story like through the music, and give them the creative reign to like express it however they want to express it. We don't have people bring props. We don't have people have dancers, visually tell the story,
makeup,
all that, like
production, all that.
Yeah.
These is, I'm gonna let you
every first Friday, man. Every first Friday month, we got one of them all. September 5th, Kiera Bernay and Fancy Cortez. So it's gonna be an R&B vibe. They gonna tell their story through that. So man, I think it's one of the best events in the city, man.
Nah, soon to be the world, Craig.
Yeah, nah.
Soon to be the world,
like,
Craig. Nah.
Take this.
Nah. And it is on that level that could transcend a bunch of different markets and avenues. Like, so I think y'all should, continue to do that. I'm gonna continue to support. Y'all make sure y'all supporting that, and y'all still playing that. The World is a Stage, man. That's still online for y'all to listen to, man, and be inspired by, like myself. Like, so I do a rundown because we keeping count of a couple questions, just to kind of get a consensus. And so I'm gonna run them down, and then you just give me your honest expression and answer, and then we gonna go from there. So I always begin with the GOAT conversation. Also, because you're a hooper.
Come on.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's 3 people, and my GOAT ain't even in here. For the sake of the conversation, MJ, Kobe, or Bron.
Okay. Bron.
Okay. Hey, I like the confidence, like, cause I think my buddy get more hate than he would ever deserve.
Of course you gonna get that. And that's why I be telling, like, of course, look what he has done. That's gonna come.
Ain't no other way.
Yeah, like, bro, well, of course they gonna hate on him.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, man, big up. I shed a tear when him and Bronny played that first game.
Man,
like,
dog.
As a father, I was like, all the
beautiful, man.
And I was like, whoever got something to say about it.
Man, bro, for real,
kick a rock.
You hear me?
Okay, this is a big one, like, and I we gonna see.
Okay.
Martin Lawrence or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Martin.
I'm
a Martin guy. I ain't gonna lie.
No disrespect to Will and Fresh Prince, because that was impactful in my life too, I will say, but we still ain't.
Yeah.
As of this recording, Martin has run the table, like, and I just I think it's because it was more attainable and relative. Just the space.
It felt more like our experience, bro.
Yeah.
And the dude was like on 10, bro. I mean, he playing everybody like, and I feel like it's an easier watch than Fresh Prince. Fresh Prince deal with a lot of, like, you know, it can get a lot of more, you know, deeper topics, which I like.
You know,
but
I always talk about the, you know, why he don't want me no more.
Yeah,
that's iconic
man,
right there.
I can't watch that all the time though.
To this day, I be like,
like for real, like it's amazing.
Yeah,
but I can't watch it all the time.
Yeah,
like I can throw Martin on.
I'm trying to this day though, it's timeless.
To this day,
my wife know like word for word. All the seasons, from season 1 to season 7, like
man,
like word for word, like now I know.
Talk about BT,
but even to this day, I watch it right now. The same thing we done watched a million times.
Right.
And it's hilarious.
It's still funny.
Like, I want my art, whether it's painting, whether it's music, whether it's writing or my IP. I wanted to have that effect, a lasting effect of impact. That's all I want, man. And that's why I'm intentional with my favorite words. But so got the new album.
Yes, sir.
Steady on the up. Label about to take a number 2 on the world.
Come on now. Yeah.
What do you feel like? Cause Cincinnati is home to music royalty, greatness. I don't think a lot of people get the depths of the history here.
Yeah, bro.
Especially on like
it's crazy you said that.
Just arrangements and drum patterns that come from here, like that used all over the world. Like so, I want to get this out the way because what are some of your? I want to call it Cincinnati classic. What are some of your inspirations from our rich history of music here in the city? Like just a few. I know. It's crazy you were saying that because on this album,
making it a point to like speak to that and the sound of it once it's heard, people gonna be like, oh, like yeah, like so. It's like it all makes sense, bro. But man, bro. Big like growing up, my grandparents they had a record player, and they had Isaac Brothers, The Voyage to Atlantis, joint. I used to play that. Bootsy Collins used to play that. The rubber band joint, and then you know seeing like progression through the years. Like my pops used to play OTR click. Like,
what? They know about that.
Then he started playing like all high tech stuff, and then it transitioned into me like kind of like getting into Cincinnati battle rap. So I was a big Young Butter fan.
Okay.
So when I got to do a record, I got a record with Butter that we did like in 2022. That was, and I was like, man, I was a fan, bro. Like I told him like, bro.
Nah, bro, legend, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Rap, man.
Yeah. So like I was really like watching, but I was like I watched the Cincinnati riots like 1,000 times on YouTube. You know what I mean? So when I got into it, you know, for myself, that's what I was watching. So my Cincinnati, like I say, my Cincinnati experience when it comes to music is so cool to me because I got the influence of the soul that we got, and then also like that rapping, like that battle rap, like you know what I mean, that battle rap mentality too. Cause I was YouTube baby, like,
you know,
I'm trying to turn it all, like you know what I'm saying. I was fan it all, like I know I was doing all the little politics of it too, like just into it, you know what I mean. So I say that that's the basis of like my Cincinnati influence, you know what I mean.
Okay. So, you know, right now I'm in the politics space and the community advocacy or activism, whatever you want to call it. I just want to make sure that our babies see us in defense and proactivity of them. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure they ain't like, damn, what was y'all doing? What was y'all doing? I don't want to have to look at my kids and be like, damn, we ain't do shit.
Right.
And so I try to be active in this current climate. And I won't say just political climate because it's beyond that at this point. It's just I think it's it feels like a sin. A lot of it don't feel real because again, back to my earlier point, we just so disconnected from the human experience and being empathetic. what are some ways we can reach the youth so that we starting to attack the gun violence in our community, and rebuilding the nuclear family and just uplifting us? What are some ways, from your perspective, you think we as a community and families and individuals can start to just break these generational cycles?
Bro, one thing that I think is imperative is we have to be able to reach them at a young age, and like at a point to where it's like we need to be able to like lock in with them and formulate programs that can really like keep them in, teach them things, you know what I mean? Like it should be things in play, and it is, but how do we go out there and go and make sure that they're, present?
Right.
I think that's a big thing. One thing I think, bro, we need to teach, this might be a hot take, but I feel like we need to teach gun safety. And it's like, cause guns is accessible now to these young kids, but they don't even know what they just think it's a toy. They think it's like, oh, they looking on the movie, whatever it is, they being influenced by something, whatever, and they think, oh, bam, I can just shoot somebody and it's like a video game. No. So I think I'm a firm believer in like, if a negative thing is, creating, causing detriment, attack it head on. And I think the way to attack that head on is to teach, all right, let's teach gun safety. Let's teach you how to, we should know how to like, do all that, break it down, all that, like safety and tell them. But then also within that, you can teach them, hey, this is what guns are for. Protection. It's not a weapon of destruction to use just because you want to. Teaching safety behind it. Yeah. And cause I saw this video, man. I thought it was pretty dope. This father was showing his daughter. She was unloading the clip, all stuff. Yeah. Bang, bang, bang. And he told her what he was teaching her though. Yeah. I mean, she's probably 9 years old. Yeah. I don't think she would ever go out and try to kill nobody. Nah. Cause the things he was teaching her and the things he was saying to her. So I think a lot of times we shy away from, we try to like put a band-aid over the problem instead of like attacking it head on and like meeting them where they at with it.
Don't be scared.
You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta meet them where they at because it's here. This is the world we live in. Even with like social media. Yeah. Like I utilize social media.
Nah, don't just.
All right, y'all want to be on TikTok? Bet go on TikTok and look up. I got stuff on TikTok that we just put that I was just talking about in class. You know what I mean? So using these things that can be deemed as like negative influences and attacking it head on and not hiding from it, not sugarcoating it.
I love that you're opportunity sensitive. I think we lack that.
Yeah, bro, we do.
In the community, like
it's always prevention. It's always like it's always like
or threat sensitive.
Threat,
which is cool.
Yeah.
They done been playing.
Right.
So I ain't saying don't start trusting everything.
Right.
But also don't let your current situation hinder your natural capacity to reach for better. Like you know what I'm saying, and improve and develop yourself. Yeah. Man, that's major keys, man.
Yeah, bro.
I'm glad you said that because I'm a martial artist, and my mama put me in martial arts. I don't know, when I was 7 or something. Right. And so a lot about martial arts is not having to even, you know what I'm saying, use it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's to your point, just the knowledge of what this means and what I can do and how I can defend myself and my family, it allowed me to make that the last resort. Right. You feel what I'm saying? So I know I can break you down in a couple of ways. Yeah. I know I can break you down in a couple of different ways, but for what?
Exactly.
You would have to kick down my door and threaten my family for you to get that out of me. And I think that's why we opening Breaking Cycles Mixed Martial Arts Academy for young men. And
stuff like that.
And part of what I'm pitching to my board is, when you get 16 and 17, we bring in the CCW educators And not only is they learning about the gun, then they learning about the laws that surround the gun.
Yes, bro. That's
we want to have a full spectrum with what we dealing with. They not the guns ain't about to just disappear.
Nope.
Okay,
nope.
So let's have a realistic conversation about how we get to them and be impactful, because a lot of, I won't say all programs, but a lot of programs that come in under the guise of helping our kids ultimately end up being a situation where they looking at our kids like dollar signs. Damn, I got 100 kids, I can get this for each kid. Like, and with that kind of mentality, our babies, they ain't dumb. They can feel the lack of authenticity.
Yes.
That's why I take people like us to go meet them, like you said, where they at, so that they can retain and feel like, okay, this real, this authentic, like, and they can feel that, man. When I'm talking to them, they know I can see in their eyes, they look at, as opposed to, you know, the people come passing out shirts. They like, give me the shirt, but man, I wear it, man. Right. Give me the shirt, the pizza.
Exactly.
You get all about here, man.
Right.
So yeah, that's where I'm at, man. That's why this platform, it feel good with every episode, because we meant to break each other out of our shells by sharing a perspective and allowing us to be in that perspective without demonizing you. Like, brother, come on here, like, I got Trump family and no Trump family, and so for me, all I got is family. Like, they get to feel however they want to feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm gonna feel how I feel, but I think it's important when we can have conversations that don't have an expectation of pressure to be this or do that. I just want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's also how I parent. Like, cause this ain't cause you in trouble. Just cause it's something to be learned by.
I tell my students that all the time, bro. You're not in trouble. I'm really just trying to correct the behavior. Yeah. Don't even think that you're in trouble. It ain't about being in trouble.
This is love.
Yeah.
Cause I could, you know what I'm saying? Cause I could not care.
Right.
But then that wouldn't be me. So but now, is there anything that you want the people to know concerning? Talk to the teachers real quick, right? I want you to talk to the teachers and tell them, give them something that they can keep with them. Cause you frontline. Yeah. You teach at a school where, you know, it's Avondale, one of our historical hoods, as they would say, like, but a neighborhood that they done did a lot to, and still staying resilient. And these kids come from trauma, but they oftentimes override that and still show their brilliance. So I want you to talk to the teachers and get them some encouraging words or a cycle or a process that help you maintain that drive and commitment to teaching.
Man, I think one thing that I always say when it comes to education, you gotta educate the whole child. It ain't just about their reading, it ain't just about their math. We are responsible for the entire child. And what I mean by that is like a holistic approach. So it's like, I know the rules in the school is don't wear a hood on your head, right? But if this little girl come in with her hood on her head because she didn't get her hair done the night before, and I know if I tell her to take off this hood, she's not gonna want to do no work. She's not gonna want to read. She's not gonna do nothing. So me being like responsive, culturally responsive, is key to education, and educating the whole child. I don't care. Keep a hood on. It's making you feel good. Who cares about the rules of the school per se? You know what I mean? That rule. So I always tell teachers, be responsive, like culturally, especially if you're not from. If you're not from where they from.
Right. Especially, please.
You know what I'm saying? And I always say, like, you don't have, because it's a lot of teachers that ain't from where they from. That's great.
That are impactful. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That are impactful. And then some teachers that's from where they from
that are not impactful.
That are not. And I always say, like, we don't just need more black teachers. We need more conscious black teachers, you know. But anyway, like getting back to that, like I always say, just being cognizant of like the culture and being responsive to it and teaching in a way and you know, regulating behavior in a way that is culturally responsive, because you're gonna. I still remember stuff teachers said to me that stick with me. They don't remember the stuff that we do and how we make them feel, and you're not gonna get it right all the time. But if you can be, you know, conscious and aware of like the things that you're saying, even like the minor like microaggressions that people make, like get rid of, like cut that out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would never, like, if a kid yells out an answer, I'm never gonna silence them. You know what I mean? I'm big on that. Oh, be quiet. Like, wait, no, you just gave me the answer. Good. Yeah. That's how you want. Like,
we get to the fine tune day by day. Yeah, like, I just want to.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? If it's within the realm of art of what we learning. Now, if you do something disrespectful, or if you yelling out, that's something not relevant. That's another conversation. But if the kid is excited, I'm never gonna diminish that excitement, because you may lose it.
Right.
You may lose it for the rest of the school year. So I'm very conscious of like just the things I do and the things I say and how I respond to their behavior, how I respond to them. So that's the biggest thing I can say to teachers, man. Like, be aware of like being culturally responsive to these kids, especially if you in the hood teaching. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
For sure. You keep do the peanut butter go in the pantry or the fridge?
The pantry.
The pantry,
no
man. How you gonna? It's gonna break your bread,
what
man. It's gonna break your bread, man. I asked that question so that my wife, I can show all the clips to my wife, so she can stop putting the peanut butter.
Oh,
she
man.
can break that cycle. Peanut butter in the refrigerator. But nah, I'm gonna get in trouble with that. Hey. Listen, it's been a pleasure, man, and I do want to do this again.
Yeah,
we gonna have you back to get that classic. It's cooking. The closer we get to that, man, I appreciate you coming in and stopping and talking and elevating this conversation with me. I know it's a lot of young brothers out there listening to you, looking up to you. A lot of students that take what you say and how you interact with them and build those relationships in a major way, man. I want to give you your flowers and say thank you for being who you are in this space, because this is what we need. Like, we need that. That's what this is about. Displaying the unlimited avenues that match your capacity. Young man, young woman, it ain't nothing outside of your capacity if you lock in. And I always want to show that.
And flowers for you for creating this space, bro. Like, this amazing, you know.
I appreciate that, man. And I just hope that it's, you know, received in a way that and you know what, I don't, you know, Lauryn Hill said, and you know, one of my favorite albums, Unplugged, where, you know, I stopped worrying about what people receive. Like, cause whatever the creator gonna get them to retain, that's I'm just here to deliver it and let it permeate in a way, like, and so that's what this is. I don't really expect nothing, but I know that I can't not do this. Like, once something in my heart, like this album, once it's there, like, you can't quit. Like, and so I appreciate you coming. And I got one more for you, cause this is gonna be down. So I got one more for you. If you could write a song with 3 people, dead or alive, who getting those co-producers? Who getting those co-writing credits?
Stevie Wonder.
Who?
That's my favorite artist of all time.
All time. Y'all know I play the piano, so don't stop.
And he ain't blind.
Hey,
you hear me?
Next level though. He on another plane though. Okay.
Stevie for sure. I'm gonna go Lauryn Hill. One of my favorites. So we got Stevie, we got Lauryn.
And Andre, come on, please. This is my favorite artist.
Man, hey, come on, my Gemini sister.
Artist,
that's my Gemini sister.
Can we cook that? What was the third one?
3 Stacks, Andre.
3 Stacks.
So we got Stevie, we got Lauryn, we got Andre.
Oh, if I can get them tracks for real, won't be no more conversation about where the city at. Right?
You hear me? Hey.
But now I appreciate you coming, man.
Thank you, brother.
I look forward to our next conversation.
Yes, sir.
Album coming soon.
Come on.
Y'all make sure y'all tap in to my favorite song, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And The World is a Stage.
Yes.
The latest album from the good brother. Go tap in, and then The World is a Stage. The activation.
Yes. Every first Friday.
First Friday.
Yeah, man. So
tap in.
We running at Radio Artifact in Northside. Beat her.
Go ahead and sign off, man.
Yeah, man.
Let them know.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's Khari, man. BTB, KHARI, BTB, everywhere. We got As Told by Foundation. My fiance's book drive, her nonprofit.
Big book drive too. Not no little one.
Make sure you donate. As Told by Foundation _ on Instagram. You can donate. We about to have free book fairs, free story times. We about to turn it up a notch this year, man. So yeah, that's all I got.
I appreciate you, man. It's love. Hey, make sure y'all have a blessed and productive week. As always, continue to break those cycles, and then show up next time so we can all go ahead and break these cycles together. See y'all next time. It's love.